Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Dinosaur and the Dude, the only podcast in the fucking world with the shittiest audio with the most amazing content. Love that you all are listening to us, and we really appreciate it. So sit back and relax as we start this episode.
Hey guys, this is Dinosaur from the Dinosaur and the Dude podcast. I just wanted to drop a little nugget of information for y'all. There is a Danish company that supports my pre-gaming efforts each podcast. That's where I partake in some sweet Mary Jane, but they make all sorts of stuff that you can use to enhance your experience. They make grinders, they do papers, they do a grinder that you can actually grind it into a pipe. It's really kind of cool. Just go and check them out. Do us a favor. You can go to TheDinosaur&TheDude.com. That's our website, and click on links and sponsors. And then they're down there. Their name is Hoyv, and they are Danish, so I could be butchering that. Hopefully I'm not. But just go and check it out and let me know what you think.
Yeah,
Am I good?
Yeah,
You can hear me okay?
sound good to me.
Sweet.
So, you good with the content?
Yeah, as per usual. Hello.
All right, you'll be.
I mean, my brain is still fucking melting in the living room right now, but
you'll be talking the most.
Oh God, no. Well,
God, the immediate take back. I mean, I'll hold your hand, and
thank you.
When you don't have anything to say, I'll fill in.
Hold on, I need a gummy. I'll be right back.
Okay. Didn't mean to.
I forgot.
Well, I'm just saying that didn't mean to say that to put you into a gummy. Like, oh shit, that's way too much. Let me do a gummy now, because God damn it, that already got me fucked. Is there? I'm hearing something. It's like, yeah, right. They never tell me that. Okay. I've had a few times women have told me that, but other than that, they never tell me. And then I'm always that dude. You came, right? I mean, it was in there, right?
On that note, hey guys, welcome to the Dinosaur.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? Did y'all hear that? Oh, sorry. Well, fuck it. It's like what she said. It's the Dinosaur and the Dude. Yo, man, this is the 12th episode of the second season. Yeah, and if you don't know by now, this is the Dinosaur and the Dude. It's the only podcast in the world. I mean, you heard the fucking intro. Shittiest audio.
People.
Yeah. When you push play, start listening. That's when you listen. When you push play, shittiest audio, amazing content. You know it how it is. And by now,
it's like a give and take. It's an up and a down. It's like a Diet Coke and a chocolate cake.
Okay. No. I can see where you're going with
that.
It
neutralizes it?
Yeah, no. I can see where you're going with that. There's a lot of people like, no, the sugar intake, fuck y'all. We're talking about one's for a diet and one's for indulgence. Fuck off.
Yeah. Well, actually, I wouldn't eat either, so
yeah,
not now.
This is all hypothetical. Like for instance.
Hypothetically, I'm a size 4.
Yeah. Yeah, like for instance, she's the dinosaur and I'm the fucking dude. How much of that is real? It's all a matter of our own perspective. But
it is perspective.
Yeah, it's like, whatever. But yeah, thanks for joining us. We're gonna get into some awesome stuff as usual.
As per usual.
Yeah, and we're gonna be, I think we narrowed it down to just 2 things to talk about. That's how thick.
I bet you.
Yeah.
I bet you we will fucking not stay on course.
I think we're gonna hover around it. But it's that I think
exactly.
I think we're gonna, rim job the fuck out of the topics. But when we go deep into it, don't know. We'll find out. But
we're capable of going deep in it. You know what I mean?
Man, we can go so deep.
So deep.
We will go so deep we will forget how we got in that bitch.
You'll
But
feel it in the back of your throat, is what I'm saying.
wow,
Yeah.
I've never gone that deep. What's up to all the micro? So what's up with all the micro penis boys out there? Okay, so solidarity, yo. Um, so yeah, this is gonna be like
But
one of
it's
those
so
episodes.
cute.
It's so cute. That's what a chick would say. Was that what a chick would say? Oh my
Yeah,
god, it's so
so
cute.
cute.
It's like a jumbo clit. Oh my god. Wow. That's amazing. That's
Fuck.
amazing. No wonder your bikini briefs are so smooth. Wow. No bulge. No
It looks
bulge.
like there's nothing there.
No bulge. Here I was
You're
thinking you
looking
just had
you
a
built like a Barbie doll.
yeah. Here I was thinking you just had a low belly button. No, that's your dick. Fucking hell.
I apologize. Please
I
insert
don't.
this disclaimer.
Yeah,
Good
I
Lord.
know. And yeah, so before we get started into getting
Mhm.
far more worse than we are right now, which is highly likely, here's the disclaimer. Okay, everyone, before we get started into this episode, whatever we might be talking about might be triggering. So here's the warning. Just be mindful of what we are saying is definitely something that we're not trying to trigger you on, but just some of the topics might be a little iffy in regards to,
Sensitive,
yeah, exactly. That's the word I was trying to say.
fragile, delicate.
Yeah, and we're not saying that you are. It's just that some of the content might
No,
trigger somebody in a certain
it's
way.
offensive. We get it.
We talk about different things that happen to people that could be assaults or somebody could be killed or
We do
changed
try to give
or
trigger warnings, though, so I'll give you
yeah,
the quick disclaimer.
yeah. So
Um,
here's the yeah. So yeah, you all listen to her. The dinosaur is going to go over the disclaimer because I can't because I don't give a fuck. She cares way more. She cares way more than I do, even though she'll say the opposite. So you all
that's
just
true.
listen to the disclaimer. It's here for your benefit. Here's the dinosaur. Also, everything that we're saying in our episodes, unless we state otherwise, is all for entertainment. And there's no there's nothing that we're giving away as advice or of a matter of fact that you should go out in the world and do your own thing. We're basically saying we're not responsible for whatever fuck ups you experience after listening to us and trying to do whatever the fuck we're talking about. That's on you. Okay. All right. No, she'll finish out the rest of the disclaimer.
Um, we don't know shit, and we don't try to say that we know shit. We like the internet, and it likes us, so we play together sometimes. But don't take anything that we say to heart. Don't take it as the gospel. Don't take it as an expert of any kind because we don't know shit. We just like to hang out and with y'all and talk about goofy shit or funny shit or scary shit or real shit or whatever shit. And
It's just all shit. Yeah.
it's all shit with the audio shit, you know? So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's pretty much
Yeah.
that's our moniker.
Okay. Yeah.
So, if we know that we're going to offend you, so we get that. At some point, we will offend somebody, and if we do, we're sorry. Find another podcast. Not that
Mm-hmm.
we don't want you here. It's just that if we're going to be in the habit of offending you, then we don't want to hurt your feelings. So, um,
Yeah.
but if you're not 18, please don't listen to this.
Mm.
And I think that might be it.
There you go. That was it. So
That was it.
now,
That's
yeah,
all you
yeah,
got.
yeah. It's pretty to the point. You tell them don't listen to us, and I kind of begrudgingly go along with the whole under 18 thing, and then we pop back into this, the regular episode. That's pretty much it. So yeah, this episode we got some topics that are pretty thick to the point that we're going to stay on those. We're going to stay on the topics, but the content within the topics we may fluctuate back and forth. So
Oh man.
we're gonna have a dinosaur and the dude reviews.
Yeah, we
Dinosaur is
got to
going to be
tag team this bitch because it's a
yeah,
whole bunch.
yeah. Dinosaur is going to be talking about something that she's newly experiencing, which I've been slowly but surely convincing her to go to the dark
You
side to
have
experience.
been. You've been really good. You've just kind of earwormed it into me, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
And
sort
then
of
I'm
like how I
like, I
did.
gotta fucking do this.
Yeah, sort of like how I did with longer content time. And then
Oh, you bitch.
if that doesn't, if you know, if we need a break from that, I can talk about a show that I started. But both of the shows are shows that have already um they're not they're not new per se. One of them's completely done with its series, and the other one, I think they're about to start a new season of the show that I'm watching. But we're gonna get with the dinosaurs first because I think that's gonna be
Oh my
chock
God.
chock full of.
I
And then
There's
after,
so much that's happened
there's so
within the
much to
9
unpack.
episodes that I've seen.
Yeah, there's so much to unpack. Are you still on season one?
Oh, fuck yeah. My
Okay,
brain can't
okay.
process anymore
Right,
right
there you go.
now.
No, 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 it's fine. I just wanted to make sure of how deep we were going. And then after that, we're going to talk about the strange new shit on the planet, which is almost like a category we need to do. But it's the strange new shit on the planet when we talk about things that we're both just sitting stumped, like, where the fuck did that come from? But let's get into everything. I'll start off with the whole life check saying
Okay, yes, yes, good. They're still elding, I'm assuming.
I'm in the same. It's it's funny and sad at the same time. I'm in the same mental state and position I was in last episode. So just, just this is going to encourage our listeners to really listen to episodes. Go back and listen to episode 11 to figure out how I am now. Other than that, hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey,
Welcome to the leap year episode.
that's right. 4 years ago today, I stopped smoking
Wow, check you out.
cigarettes.
Yeah. I think we all knew you were only talking about cigarettes. Yeah, I don't know if it was,
What?
well, it was just recent you stopped smoking.
Smoking, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just recent you stopped smoking the lettuce.
Yeah, the devil's lettuce.
Right, and that was solely because of a medical need to stop. It wasn't by choice. So,
Right.
you know,
But
it
that
is.
medical need for me to stop is the reason how I got the the medical card, which is kind of
Wait, what? The reason that you stopped is the reason that you got the medical card
yeah,
to continue?
yeah,
That's
so that I wouldn't
weird.
have to smoke it, I could eat it,
Oh, okay, I get you now. I
but
get you.
legally this time,
Right,
you
right,
know?
right. Yeah. Yeah, emphasis on the legally.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know what people call it, if it's leap year or leap day. I've seen some people talk about it's the leap day.
I
I
say leap day.
I don't know what the fuck it is. I've always said
Well,
leap.
so it's a leap year if it's you're referring to the year that the leap day happens,
Oh, look,
but it's a
see,
leap day for today.
see,
Like, you wouldn't say that today is a leap year
I
because it's not a
have.
year, it's a day.
I did this morning. It's like happy leap year. Cause that's how fucked up information gets if you fuck with me. But see how much you learned something already from the
They
dinosaur?
call it leap like, if you were born,
Yeah.
approximately 5 million people are born
Okay.
on leap day,
Okay.
and they're called leaplings,
Leaplings.
and I don't understand why I couldn't be one of those people. I mean, well, I guess physically, yes,
I'm,
I do understand it, like,
yeah.
maybe they just went into the wrong hole on the day that was
Oh,
supposed to.
okay. Now,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but
now,
it could be.
now that's when we still stay under the umbrella of our disclaimer about when
Yeah,
the
we're
when
real
the
sorry about everything we say.
when the insinuation of leaplings being products of going in the wrong hole or swimming in the wrong hole.
Hey, I mean, if you're into it, whatever.
Yeah,
Do you.
yeah, no, just no hatred,
No hate.
no shame. If you like that, if that wrong hole is your home, hey,
Pegging is a thing, I hear.
hey, put that. put that doormat out there. Hey,
God,
welcome.
we're so disgusting. Do you know that? Mostly
Welcome.
me. It's mostly me. I'll be
I
honest.
think it's the entendre.
I
All
think
right.
that I was I think that I was, like, just kinda stunted whenever I was whenever I was, like, 'cause I'm like a 13-year-old boy. I have the fucking humor of a 13-year-old boy. This is why I prefer guy friends,
Oh shit.
because women just get bitchy and shitty
Uh-huh.
and petty, and don't get
Mm.
me wrong, I'm a master at that too,
Oh,
but
okay. Okay. So you're straddling the fence right there.
that's right.
you've got a little you've got a Thanksgiving plate of everything on it. You can
It's schmorgas.
Yes, it. That's it.
I'm like a charcuterie of inappropriateness.
Beautiful. I that
Thanks.
that was beautiful.
Thank you.
Um
That's gonna go on my headstone.
so
Just kidding. I'm not gonna have a headstone.
okay. Wow. It just got laughably dark real
I'm
quick.
not even stoned yet. I'm just, like,
No, you're not.
flowing.
No, you're not. But it's coming.
It's coming. Well,
So do your thing and I'll, do your little life update and I'll do my little thing over here. You
Okay.
ready, everybody?
So oh, it's time, is it?
I'm listening
For
to
the
you.
Canada Dry. Man, one day. There's no way they would sponsor us because of my mouth, I think.
I think they will. I'm gonna put out a call out now that you mention it. I was just typing it up of like, hey, if you want to be our sponsor,
Yeah, we're open to it.
we'll be your whores. I mean, we won't be
For
your
sure.
whores, but
I mean, I'll take it down the throat. You know what I mean? The Canada Dry.
yeah, 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 yeah. I totally
Okay.
get it.
That's about all I'm taking down the throat. So,
I mean, that's the only way to do it. Up the
on that
nose.
note, please give us a sponsorship.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
funny.
right.
So, okay, my elder is
Mhm.
doing well. She is, I mean, she fell twice this past weekend.
Oh yeah.
Thank God she
Wow.
didn't break anything. We thought she broke her foot, um, her other foot, because she has a stress
Mhm.
fracture in one of her feet, in her left foot, and then we thought she broke her right foot.
Mhm.
But had to take her to the hospital on Monday,
Mhm.
so 3 days ago, and because her blood pressure was like 90/60, I mean, it was like super low.
Mhm.
So apparently she runs low. Like, her motor is tired, okay? Let's just be
Mhm.
real honest. And they just wanted to get her checked out. But as shitty as this sounds, it might actually work in her favor. And the reason why I say that is because there are certain programs that are available to her because she is in such bad shape.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm not going to go into the details of it, but she's not on Medicaid, but this is kind of like some there's like different things that are Medicaid related that she could be, you know, that she could be offered because she's having such a hard time. And this will hopefully
Right.
help us get her into an assisted living,
Mm.
which at first she was really kind of against. I think because she's scared and she hates change. And I get that.
Yeah, I can
But
understand that. And plus, it's addressing something that she might not want to see of herself.
yeah, and at first she was kind of against it, but
Yeah.
she has since come around and she
Right.
says that, because I told her, I was like, hey, you're not going to have to mess with your medicines anymore. You're not going to have to worry about your meals. I mean, we'll get you
Right.
snacks and whatever you want, but as far as your meals go, those will be prepared for you. So you don't have to actually get up and like cook dinner. All you have to do is just get there, like get to
Right.
the,
Right.
and then also you're going to have a social, there's going to be social activities and just a more social environment
Yeah.
because nobody comes and sees her.
Mm.
It's she feels really forgotten,
Mm.
and that breaks my heart. But I think that there's only so much of that I could put a change to right now. I
Mhm.
can't make people go and see her,
Mhm.
and she doesn't have a car anymore. So,
Mhm.
um, which thank God. But So in a assisted living place, she's going to have activities. She's going to be able to visit people while she's eating. If she wants to visit, she can go out and visit and be social. And if she doesn't, she can stay in her room,
Right.
you know. And she would also have a nurse there all the time, and they would be checking on her. And if something happened, they could take her to her doctor's appointments and blah blah blah. I mean, there's so many reasons why assisted living would be good for her. The only problem is, and I don't know how it is in other countries, hopefully, because most countries are older than the US,
Mm-hmm.
but our cost for assisted living per month here is fucking ridiculous.
Oh yeah. Oh
It
yeah.
is
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah. Watch it.
I'm
Watch
like,
it.
we're already set up to fail. The
Yeah.
government sets us up to fail. Sick, dumb, and broke. That's how they want us.
Watch that
And
video.
then,
Watch that video link I sent you. It'll make you madder.
ugh,
Yeah.
I'm just, I mean, fuck it. And she's
It's
like, I feel bad because I feel like I'm getting a handout. And I'm like, Mom, here's the thing.
uh-huh.
You've been set up for failure from the very beginning. You have worked a full career. You have put in your time. You've put in your, all of the shit that they take out of your check.
Right.
You put in all of that. You're not a freeloader. It's not like you're trying to scam the system. You just need to be taken care of. And my brother and I, we can't afford to put you in a place like that you need to be in. So what's going to happen if she doesn't go is she's going to continue to fall. She's going to break shit
Right.
and she's going to suffer. And we don't want that.
Yeah. No, no, no.
So
Of course not. It's a weird thing. If I can interject real quick,
yeah, go ahead.
it's a weird, it's a weird mind fuck. I think because you get to a point where you sort of get this self reflection, and you have this 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 consciousness check with yourself, like, okay, I've done all the things that are supposed to be gearing you towards some level of success or definition of success, only to find out that yeah, none of that really,
Fucking matters because I don't care.
none of it really sets anything up. Like the bar continues to go up. It's like, oh, I'm supposed to have X amount in order to retire and be able to be carefree and not have to worry about anything. I need to have this much, and then you're like, oh no, I'm supposed to have this much. Well, I haven't worked that much, so now
Right.
you got to work more because
Mm-hmm.
you need to hit this bar of whatever. And oh, you got to have $1 million in order to sit back comfortably in retirement. Well, fuck, I
So I
haven't been able to
heard,
do that. So you're constantly trying to get this thing, and you realize that all the other shit you've done kind of really doesn't add up to help you get there. Hey, unless you started this podcast right now. Well, it's the dude, and you're listening to the Dinosaur and the Dude. Uh, but also, when I'm not doing the podcast, I'm trying to put some time in on learning a new language. And I'm now picking up a second language I'm learning, which is kind of crazy to think about and say out loud, but that's what I'm doing. I couldn't do any of this without the help of PIMSLEUR. PIMSLEUR is one of the resources that I use in my language learning journey as I try to strive to becoming a polyglot, if that's only being a polyglot in my own mind. But in any case, I highly encourage you to give PIMSLEUR a go also. Um, it's had a great learning curriculum and means of which is giving you the information and ways of learning that, whether it's through the flashcards or whether it's through the timed, little time speed rounds. Uh, it checks out your enunciation and how you're able to speak the actual language with the proper means of verbalizing it. Sometimes it's kind of hard, especially if that language isn't based on the languages you already speak, i.e., Romanized language versus an Asian language. So, in any case, I encourage you to check it out. You can go to our website, TheDinosaur&TheDude.com, go to our links for affiliates and sponsors, or check out the links at the bottom of each page. You're probably going to see it. It's one for PIMSLEUR. Click on it, and you will get 7 days free with PIMSLEUR. I don't know how else, I don't know how else to roll the red carpet out for you. 7 days free, learning out of the huge selection of languages that they have, whether you're wanting to learn Arabic or you're wanting to learn Spanish or Chinese or Mongolian or whatever. They've got a huge selection of languages, and for 7 days you get to do it for free. Each one of the lessons are 30 minutes each. That's like, what is that? That's like the time you spent right now watching a shitty show. You could be putting that into learning a new language, and they're all audio, so it's not something that you have to break from what you're doing. So if you're walking, riding your bike, doing whatever, workout at the gym or whatever like that, put in that time and also learning a language. Hell, that's cool. Do it. Again, go to dinosaur&thedude.com, click on the PIMSLEUR link, get a week for free just because we love you. So there you go. Have fun. Learn a new language. Freak some people out by speaking something or knowing what people are saying around you. Shit, that's why I do it. And enjoy. Now, back to the rest of the episode, because I'm sure we've got some more amazing stuff to talk about that you're just dying to hear, right? Of course.
So there was somebody, and I think I don't want to say this person's name because I'm not 100% sure, and I'm trying to look for it right now. But there was a politician,
Yeah.
and she indicated that that we need to raise the retirement age.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but unfortunately, in America, a lot of people, and I mean a fucking ton of people, are either not physically able to work past that age, 65, or they're not mentally capable of it.
Yeah. And some can't even meet the minimum.
Right, exactly. Like, for instance, I mean, my mom is 69. But she has been having a hell of a time for 25 years, 30 years. I mean, she suffers physically every day, and she suffers mentally every day. And
Right.
I have no idea, honestly, how she is still here.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that she is. And to be completely honest with you, it blows my fucking mind that she outlived my dad. Because he didn't have that much health stuff going on.
Right.
And
When you look at other
he
people,
didn't have the mental stuff. Yeah. I mean, it boggles my fucking brain, you know, how, and not to say that I would want her to go first. That's not at all. But she's ready to go. She doesn't want to be here anymore.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same.
I mean, she's not going to end it for herself, but
right.
You know, she's like, she loves her Jesus, and she wants her Jesus to take her home. And hey, you know, I get it. It's hard to be here. It's fucking confusing for her.
I don't know why that was super funny to me, but it is. She loves her Jesus.
Like, she'll tell you flat out. She'll be like, I just don't understand why I'm here. I don't understand.
I mean, that question can be for a lot of. Honestly, I've had that question for Keith Richards every year. Like, how? How is that possible? Right? Because you see other people that are doing, you know, the whatever the, you know, perception of the right thing is, whatever the definition of the right thing, and being as healthy as possible and all this, and then they get this one thing, and it just not even. It doesn't even chop their legs from under them. It chops their legs, their arms, every bit of which they can, you know, possibly be able to recover, and it just decimates them. And
it's like Achilles' heel.
And you see
one
other
little
people,
nick, and you're done.
Yeah, you see other people that are doing pretty much everything that should be shortening and should be debilitating them.
Yeah, they're 100 fucking years old.
Yeah, and they're just like. As they blow the smoke, I don't know what the fuck is wrong. I don't know why I'm alive either. Like, what are you? How? Like, when scientists,
I mean, genetics maybe, but
I mean, yeah, genetics maybe, but god damn it, what are those genetics like?
Can we hone in on that?
When you are doing packs of cigarettes and just drinking the hardest liquor, and you're just smoking. And by cigarettes, I'm saying unfiltered, and you're just doing that.
Right, you're just, like, lighting a tobacco leaf and
You're yeah,
inhaling
you've
put some
rolled
rat poison on it, good to go.
you've rolled tobacco in a tobacco leaf, and yeah, and you are you're always cranked up on 2 hours of sleep every day. How? Those genetics? It seems like at some point genetics are like, yo, we don't
We've
even know.
tried, but we can't.
We don't even know how he's doing this or how she's doing this. But it's amazing um, to see how certain people can just continue doing the complete opposite of what we're all told is the best way to sustain um, the most optimal lifestyle or wellness level.
Right. Well, so my mom my mom used to smoke,
Hmm.
okay?
Hmm.
And then she quit, and then she went back and she quit and she went back. She's probably quit, quote unquote,
Uh-huh.
I don't know, probably over 30 times, I'm not kidding.
Hmm.
Um, Now, I mean, she'll quit and she'll stay off of him for years, and then
Right.
she'll go back and smoke them. And, we used to be on her about it.
Mhm.
Even though I smoked, I was still on her about it because she was a fucking heart patient.
Right.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
"Really? Come on, you're worried about having another heart attack, but are you though? Because I
Yeah.
mean."
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then again, I get it on the flip side because I was a smoker too, and I understand that once they get a hold of you, like, you're fucking done.
Right.
It takes a lot to get off of them, which is why I feel that it's such a huge milestone, 4 years
Oh no,
today, not
4 years.
smoking.
Applaud.
That's
I know.
for real.
Yeah. No
'Cause
joke. Yeah, for real.
it was hard to stop, and, I didn't falter. It's not like I stopped and it took me 3 weeks to stop. I mean, I literally laid the cigarettes down and I said, "Okay, I'm done."
Hmm.
And then I was done, and it was hard at times, but I
Yeah.
had to push through it and
Some
have some
people are like
self-control and
that.
some willpower. My mom can't. She
Hmm.
just doesn't have the
Yeah.
willpower, but I'm
Yeah.
also this is, this is delving into a whole nother subject, but she had a lot of trauma as a child.
Yeah.
So, developmentally, mentally,
Hmm.
she didn't,
That's
like, there's something going on there.
yeah. That's
It
what I was gonna
affects
ask. Yeah.
all of that.
That's what I was gonna
And
ask is like when she was going back and forth on, quitting, back on, quitting, back on, quitting, back on, do you like recall like there was some stressful or traumatic moment that kind of was relatable timeline wise on the on off moments?
so that's a loaded question.
Okay.
Um, yes and no. I
Okay.
think that in when she is doing good, she is it's much easier for her to stick to that plan, have willpower,
Right. Yeah.
and not be so flippant about
Yeah.
it.
Right.
But when she's not in good mental, like a mental peak,
Hmm.
then it's harder for her. And I know that that
Yeah.
is, it could just be because that's how she is
Yeah.
and she was always that way, or it could be, tied to the trauma.
Right.
I mean, when she was little, she was abused, and so she had to just kind of flip-flop and play whatever part that you needed her to play at the time because she
Yeah.
didn't know what to do,
Cope and be as
and
safe as
people knew that
possible.
she was being abused, but they didn't do anything about it.
Hmm. Yeah.
So, I don't blame anybody, she
Oh
had a
no.
voice just as much as
Yeah.
everybody else did, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No
So,
blame in it. It was more
and
of
I'm not saying it's her fault either. What I'm
right.
saying is there's a shit in this planet that like to torture other people,
Oh yeah.
and, the victims are far and wide. It's not just one person. Although I don't discount that one person's that it's happening to because I can't imagine that torment.
Right.
And you know what? Hey, I'm privileged beyond measure because I understand. Like I was set up for success.
Right.
The only thing I had to do in my life is fuck it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's I guess you know, loaded or not, I think the question was more so I always try and figure out like everyone talks about addiction and the addiction and how strong the addiction can be with something. But sometimes I think it gets overlooked with people that have traumatic instances or an instant or whatever. I mean, they could have one
Sure, one
super,
thing that could just
one,
fuck them
yeah,
up
one super fucked incident that is all the trauma they need in their life to, fuck them for the
to
rest
make
of
them
it.
flip a switch. I mean, in
Right,
our brain, there hides like switches, and
right.
they can be flipped. And once they're flipped, you're like, boo boo, flying off to cuckoo land, you
And,
know?
and so that's what I was wondering is like, we always hear about the addiction and how, so for me, it was more like, did you see times where there was a more of a trauma response as opposed to I just have this craving for a cigarette, I gotta have it, addiction kind of response. I think that sometimes with people, they have, um, safety blankets or little comfort things that
Sure,
helps them through
right.
whatever they're experiencing, especially in relation to trauma. Um, and
So for her,
so,
I don't know, but
mhm.
I don't think that she would ever be able to differentiate because,
Mm, 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 mm. Okay,
you know, she was
okay,
conditioned and her brain was conditioned
right,
to fuck up, and she
right.
also has genetics.
Mhm,
Her grandmother was, like, legit crazy, like,
mm,
asylum crazy.
mm. Okay.
So, it runs in her family, but, she just happened to get that gene.
Mhm,
Now my mom has 2 other sisters and a brother,
mhm.
and the brother seems okay. I mean, he can be a bit of an asshole, but,
Right, right.
whatever. Um, and my one of my aunts just got diagnosed with Alzheimer's,
Yeah.
and, she's losing her brain,
Mhm,
but she hasn't dealt with to the extent that my mom has, she hasn't dealt with mental health issues.
mhm.
My mom has been struggling with mental health since she was a child
Right.
because of all the fucking trauma that she was in.
Yeah.
And then it just kinda snowballed and magnified and grew and, formed into
Yeah,
whatever it formed into.
yeah, if it's never addressed, that's all that really, from my observation, if it's never addressed, the trauma just manifests in a
Mhm.
way, or not, is manifest the word? I don't know if that's the right word for it. Fucking,
Yeah, it does. It forms
it
in
forms
different
into
ways,
something that is
and it does its own thing.
it's so it can seemingly be so far removed from the source of what the trauma that originated it,
Mhm.
that people find them like, what? So you're saying, like, they even discount it. So you're saying that by the way you were treated as a
Right.
child, you're now doing this as an adult? Come on.
Yeah,
You're just looking for an excuse. No, that's how shit can just deform over
right.
time.
We're not built with a full brain. It has to grow as we do.
Yeah,
And
and
if we're stunted in any way, shape, or form,
yeah,
it's gonna put a fucking dent in there.
yeah. I guess it was one time I was listening to a I forget the difference between the two, psychiatrist and psychologist, but in any case, um,
Psychiatrists can, prescribe meds.
then psychiatrist.
If you need to talk to somebody about your feelings or, your addiction or, whatever, then you go to a psychologist, and they may say, "Hey, you know what? You need to go to a psychiatrist as well to get on some medication."
Okay. Well, this psych person, let's just go with that.
There you go. There
Um,
you go.
and
Mental
they,
health professional.
yes, there you go. Bam, that's what it is. Let's update it to mental health professional. Beautiful. It was talking about how that they could tell that someone's been traumatized early in life by their voice, because some people get trapped in that age or that time
Oh,
period. And so he was speaking. They were making that more of the point of in regards to women with high pitched kind of kid voices.
kid
That,
baby voices, yeah.
yeah, that is pretty much the time period that they were traumatized. Um,
I mean,
it's
but
hard
that's
to
its own
recall.
special level of psychosis. You
Sure.
know what I
Oh, yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not across the board. That by no means
Right.
is that across the board that, okay, yeah, well, you know what, you weren't really traumatized because your voice isn't high. No, it's like that's just a that's just one of the kind of markers that indicates something to that degree. Now, if you have some sort of genetic kind of thing that happens with your vocal cords and it can't be helped and everyone in your family is like, okay, fine.
Sure.
There's that. they were just giving this indicator. It was like
If you got disabled sucking so much dick,
right,
you know,
right.
like,
He
okay,
he was just giving the example, like, because that person was like, if you're coming to see me, then clearly you have some sort of psychological thing we need to address. And so you're
right. Well,
already
the thing
in that
is that
kind of Mhm.
the brain like gives no fucks, like none. It does what
No.
the fuck it
Oh
wants to.
no. Oh no. Like you and I've talked about before. We're just a meat sack with some
For
we're just a
sure.
meat sack with some calcium rebarb holding it up. And the brain
Right, a
is
little carbon in there.
yeah, the brain is really at play. It's like, look, I need to go over here. Come on, meat sack, take me over there. And we just do it. Hey, I'm gonna
Walk,
go walk.
bitch.
And we're so oblivious. Hey, I'm gonna go walk over there. Like it's our intention. No, the brain's like, okay, fuck it.
Right.
I'm thirsty. Give me some water. Hey, I'm thirsty. Let me get some Canada Dry. Blip,
We
blip,
are our
blip.
brain's bitch.
Yeah, we are.
Seriously.
Yeah, we're fuck that, man. We are the fucking VR for our brain.
Oh my god, it's a game. It's a simulation.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, the eyes are part of the brain. They're sticking out. They're the only really exposed part of the brain. So
Is
there
it
you
really part of the brain?
yeah, they're
I mean,
connected
I know
in.
it's connected with
Yeah,
nerves and connective tissue and shit.
connected, yo. Oh man,
But by that rationale, would my toe also be part of my brain because it's connected by connective tissue?
nah, nah,
No? You sure?
nah,
Okay.
nah.
So yeah, all in all, she's good. We went to
Yeah,
the play. We had a good time.
that was
It thoroughly wore her out, and yeah, we're still kicking. So
cool. That's
I
cool.
know.
So
Why don't we
any
insert one of our sponsored messages here because I'll be right back.
okay, yeah. Do you think? I, look, oh,
I got to put on a little jacket because it's chilly.
oh yeah.
It's like 40 degrees outside, which
Wow.
I realize for some people that is not chilly.
Yeah.
But
Hey, what's
when you
up,
live in
Alaska?
Texas and the sun bitch slaps you every year,
Yeah.
you get used to the heat.
I wonder what it's like with people in other more far northern areas. Like, oh my God, it's 40 degrees. Okay, y'all, that is summer
They're
weather.
like, well,
That's
we
summer
can go
weather for
swimming
us.
now.
Why you're not in shorts and a tank top? No, it's freezing. That's
Well,
summer
it's so
weather.
cold outside. It's just thin blood, you know.
That is the
When I moved to
summer weather.
Wisconsin, I did move to Wisconsin because I love the Green Bay Packers. I always have, I always will.
Hmm.
And I went there and had a baby, and then came home.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I
Ooh,
literally went there, got pregnant, had a baby, came home.
yeah, well, yeah.
It's called dedication.
I mean, some people do similar shit in Vegas, so whatever.
You know, I have my own cheese head,
Yeah.
so that's good. Oh,
Um,
speaking of, hung out with him,
yeah,
and we just watched Ted Lasso and enjoyed each other.
that's awesome. That's great.
Okay, so go on.
Psst. Hey, hey, yo, hey, over here. It's me, the dude. Check it out. This season, we're gonna be doing something amazing, and by we, I mean Dinosaur doesn't even know this. That's how secret this is. All right, we're gonna be doing a contest, and we're gonna be awarding people discounts to our merchandise throughout the season. At certain points in various episodes, maybe even some episodes from season one, but definitely season two episodes, we'll be using and having secret words that we are letting people know in the episode. Now, at certain points on our website, we will be having a question that only can be answered by the secret word. If you can find that secret word, the first person to get back to us with that secret word that's the answer to the question, you'll get a discount, a special discount to our merchandise. and maybe even access to some select products that we don't even offer everybody else. So stay attentive during every episode. Try and jot down what you think is going to be the secret word. And then as we post the questions, be the first one to give us the correct answer, and we'll be sure to make sure you get that discount you want. Now, we'll be doing it several times throughout the season, and that's going to be 52 weeks. So it's a whole year, right? But throughout that year, maybe quarterly, haven't really thought it through, but maybe quarterly, we'll have, okay, the contest is up for this quarter, the contest is up, and then at the end of the year, we'll have a, grand prize kind of thing. Who knows what it is? Maybe it's even you're coming on the show and being interviewed by us. Who knows? In any case, look forward to it. Stay listening to episodes. Jot down what you might think is a secret word. And when we get down to this question, maybe you have the answer. Maybe you don't. Maybe you have to listen to different episodes to figure it out. Who knows? Anyway, it's going to be super fun. Feel free to hit us up with whatever answer you think it might be, right or wrong. And yeah, thanks. Thanks as always for listening to The Dinosaur and the Dude. Remember to always stay on top of the website, thedinosaurandthedude.com, for all the latest about what we have going on, social media, episodes, and merchandise. Don't forget our sponsors and affiliates. Click on them too, because they're good people. All right. Check y'all later. Bye. Oh, well, we were just gonna go into I think now, do you want to
Oh my
do
gosh.
you want me to start
I
with the
need you to
show
give a
that I started
synopsis of what it
watching?
is.
Huh?
No, for let's do Mr. Robot
Okay,
first.
so you ready to, okay. All right, cool. All
I'm
right.
I'm ready.
All right.
But
I'll
here's what I think we should do,
uh
because I have ADD. I have a hard time staying on point.
okay.
I think that I'm better in this function as a commentary and to share experiences.
Okay.
I don't know that I'm the person that you want to try to explain the show, because I'm trying to think back and remember everything that's
Uh-huh.
happening, and my brain right now is literally hurting me.
Okay. I'll
So
help out.
I don't need to stroke out. So if you could do
Right.
this, that would be great.
Hey, so look, what I'm trying to achieve on this leap day is to not stroke out. So if you can
Right.
if you can just
You can
stop.
help us sister out. That'd be
Yeah.
super awesome.
Yeah. If you can help me reach this goal, I'd really appreciate it. I'm trying to make this achievement, life goals.
I'm
So
going
okay,
for 5 years no smoking. 5 years.
I'll soft
But
launch
yeah,
it. I'll soft
go.
launch it.
Yeah. So soft it up. Like get it
Yeah.
soft.
Yeah. Let me massage the dough here.
There you go.
So if you have been paying attention in the
Which
previous
hopefully,
episode, yeah, which hopefully you are, because there's a secret contest going on and you need to be paying attention, because we're going to be dropping little hints. Well, we have been dropping hints throughout every episode. If you haven't been listening, when the questions come up, you're fucked. I'm just telling you that. So here we
mm,
go. Um, in previous episodes, we've talked about a bunch of topics, and from some to others, the mentioning or the correlation with a particular show has come up. And that particular show is Mr. Robot. Now, before all of you like, oh fuck this show's been off there. Yes, we're all aware that the series is over. But
right. But it's still
that
relevant.
does not mean that everyone has seen this series.
Right.
So when it comes to the
And then
two
it's not important to watch, especially now.
well, when it comes to the two of us, I've watched it. I watched it um I watched it when it was current, when it was around. And and um and the dinosaur has never watched it. And then that
No, but I
bridge,
was married to a really techie geek person,
yeah,
and she was super hella smart
yeah,
whenever it came to that. So, I know a little bit about what they're talking about
right.
because, being around her, but,
But
this is
aside from all of that though, what made the bridge happen to where the dinosaur started watching it was
yeah, tell me, because I forgot.
the bridge was um leave the world behind.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because when that movie came out, I was super amped, and she was like, "Oh, yay, I'm glad you're excited. I'm not getting it." And I was
You're
like,
like, no, you don't understand.
"Yeah." And I was like, "No, this dude." And I was trying to explain Sam Ismail. And I was like, "No, this, okay, so he did Mr. Robot." And she was like, "Huh, yeah,
Yeah, I was like, "Wait a minute, did you say something about a robot?"
yes,
And you were like,
yes."
"Yeah, I
And I
did."
was like,
I was
"That's
like,
the show."
"Oh, okay, I thought I
And
was hallucinating."
right. And that was the show that like I said, previous episodes, I made mention of here and there, just sprinkled about, but never really got into a depth with it.
It's just foreplay.
And so then when that movie came out, and I was seeing all these correlations between the movie and the series, I was like, holy shit. And then what got confirmation was when Sam Ismail was in an interview and he was like, yeah, it is connected in its own way. It's connected in how there was certain things in the movie that undoubted, like characters' names, uh, connected directly to Mr. Robot. It became even more of a thing. And
And you
uh,
wouldn't have known, though, if you hadn't seen it.
right,
And I'm not catching them right now because this show is it's a wonder.
and
It's like running a goddamn marathon with your mind. It is fucking amazing.
so I was explaining it to the dinosaur. It's like, no, this guy. Okay, I don't even know how to explain it. It's okay. So the show was the most well written thing I've ever seen. And now he's doing a movie. Absolutely. I don't care if that movie is him molding and making characters out of Play-Doh and then doing, okay, come with me. I will. It's going to be the best shit you've ever seen. It's going to be the best shit you've ever seen.
Truly, I
I
gotta say, this guy pisses excellence,
I had
really.
no doubt. I was like, if I had all the chips at the poker tape, I'm putting it on whatever the fuck he's doing. And
Yeah.
so we both saw the movie. And I was like, yeah, this is this is to the level of shit I was expecting because of what I had already experienced with him and Mr. Robot. And so
And I'm
finally,
like, "Really? Really? I don't
yes,
understand it. I
yes.
couldn't put it together."
So finally, being
Ugh.
being the persuasive motherfucker that I am, after saying it and after saying I've sent her a link, I was like, I didn't even prep it. I just sent the link, and then
Sent a link and I was like, "Oh, great, he
they were
remembered."
like, "Oh my god, yes!" It was all I got a response. And then since then, the dinosaur's been watching Mr. Robot, and I have been getting,
My brain is sore from having so many orgasms.
I've been
That's
getting,
why.
and in between those orgasms, where she's been able to manipulate her fingers in a way to actually type out words. She will text me messages.
That's not where I was going with it, but okay.
She would, yeah, right. See how I brought that? See how I took you one way and I
Yeah,
brought
I
it
did
back?
that.
Yeah,
Jesus, another mind fuck. I can't
yeah.
handle it, dude. I can't.
So I was very intrigued. One, I was super glad that you started watching it. Two, I was very intrigued by what your experience um, would be, because I didn't know what I was getting into when I started watching it. But I knew that what I was watching, I had to continue watching it.
I know.
Not because I was
Mhm.
having to force my way through it, but I was just so like, what's next? Okay, what the fuck
I'm so wrapped
next?
up in it.
What the fuck
I
next?
developed a twitch. Okay. I've developed a twitch in my eye
Yeah.
since I've started watching
Hmm.
this. And I know that that's because of stress. And I am, I don't really have a lot of stress in my life on
Yeah.
purpose,
Hmm.
for a
Hmm.
while. So, yeah, I'm having an issue with it, but I also it's like sometimes I kinda watch it and I have this weird, like, twitch, like,
Yeah.
kinda thing about me. I'm like, "Ugh," should I be watching this or not?
Hmm. Well,
Um, it's that good.
sorry, I've
No, that's okay.
s-
It
s-
lets me know that I'm not at risk for a stroke because
yeah.
I think I would have already had one
So
if
don't want to. I don't think that by your
You're not gonna
description.
fucking spoil it. At this
Yeah,
point, don't
yeah,
worry
I
about
was gonna say,
spoilers.
I don't
It is
think
what
by
it is.
if you haven't seen it and you're like, "You know what? That is a show that I was supposed to be watching and I never got around." Because I got movies like that, like, there's movies I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch that," and I never get around to it, and then I hear other people talk about it, it's like, "Oh, you know what? That was something I was going to watch, and I never got around to it," and, it's like 20 years later or whatever the fuck, but but
Shit happens, and it happens
yeah,
quick.
but you watch it just so you can say, "Yeah, I watched it," because you feel like, well, I guess I need to see Citizen Kane. I don't know. Do I really?
Is that another one?
I've come pretty far without having to see it, so I think I'm good.
I really gotta take your movie recommendations seriously now.
Yeah, I think.
You've made me rethink and give
Yeah,
you a level of respect.
I don't fuck around
Like,
with
because
movies. I don't.
I
I don't.
see this.
I don't. I
I
don't.
get it.
Yeah, I don't fuck around with
I am so
movies.
sorry I've ever questioned you about that. Fucking hell.
No, I don't
You
fuck
kidding
around with
me?
movies or shows, solely because that's your time. And like, as much as people want to laugh, I'm not gonna recommend Hot Tub Time
Uh,
Machine to some
Time
people
Machine.
because it's like, okay, I mean,
Although I would enjoy it because I'm a stoner, so
and no, and I
whatever.
get it, but it's like I'm looking at something that I am, I'm watching something that I know I'm fucking myself up by watching it.
Dude, I do feel fucked up
Li-
psychologically.
Like when I watched The Witch, that that was 2 weeks.
Twitch?
The Witch.
Oh, The Witch. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? That was another one.
When I
Holy
when
shit.
I watched The Witch, that was 2 weeks of me fucked up after that. I was just like, the fuck,
All over butter.
the fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Going over and over that scene, I was just like, God damn it, the levels in that. And then Hereditary. God damn it, that Hereditary, I couldn't hear that sound for a good bit.
What is that? What's hereditary? I know what hereditary is, but
Yeah,
what are you referring
watch that
to?
movie and you'll know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Which one?
Hereditary. I don't want to.
Oh, it's called
Yeah,
Hereditary.
yeah,
Okay, it's
yeah.
called a movie. I thought you were referring something to
No, I don't want. I don't
the
want.
Witch movie, and I was
No,
gonna say you kind of lost me, but that's not surprising
no.
because
Hereditary.
head trauma.
What's the? Damn it! I'm saying it right. I think I'm saying it.
Hereditary.
Yeah, I think I'm saying yeah.
Yeah,
Hereditary.
there's a word for that. Whenever you say it in a weird way, and then you don't think that it's the way that you're supposed to say it.
Yeah,
I forget what it's called, but
Hereditary.
there's a
Yeah,
word.
that's it. Well, especially Hereditary was fucking me up because
Oh my God, I love you so much.
Hereditary was fucking me up because there's actual there's actual facts to it and occult facts to it. And it's like, oh shit. And then I'm walking around like weeks later, like, am I gonna be affected by this shit? Am I possessed? What the fuck just happened? Did I watch something like,
I literally,
yeah, you gotta watch that too. But
I
aside from,
literally thought just yesterday, am I going crazy
yeah. So,
because of this fucking show?
right. So here we are at the point of where I'm like, okay, did I just fuck it up? Or is she really enjoying this? That's the shit that goes on in my head when I give people suggestions of shit to watch. When like that kind of is my gauge for people on how I interact with them, honestly. Like if I watch a movie, I'm like, okay, cool. If you can watch this movie, we can keep talking, we can hang. If you can watch this show and you really get the levels of it, then we can hang. That kind of thing.
Sure.
And that sounds shallow, but fuck off.
No, I
That's
think it's
me.
more about
Fuck
appreciation.
off. That's me.
That's a lot of work and a lot of creativity that goes into
Yeah, I mean,
these films.
I really appreciate someone that puts the time in making really good dialogue. They don't give me
Mhm.
the fucking eye candy with the fast car and the tits out. I mean, I enjoy tits, but I'm just saying
Yeah,
it's got to
right.
if if
I prefer a slower car because of car insurance rates, but go
yeah,
ahead.
it's like you're watching a genre or you're watching a medium because you're 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 expecting a level out of it. And if you don't get that,
Something, an escape of
yeah,
something.
if you don't get it, you move on to something that will. You find that and
Right.
you gravitate to those things, and the rest of it is dust after that. So
If
here
you
you are.
let it
Here you are.
right, if you let it this a movie or a program can end up being like a drug almost.
Yeah, it can. I mean, especially if it starts to connect with things that's on your,
Radar.
well, that your radar and or your intellectual level.
Oh, that's true.
Like
That's true.
if you're watching something that's actually on a level that is equal to or a little bit above to where it's stimulating you to think more or
Mm.
out of the norms of the genre, you
Yes.
start to enjoy it more because it's a challenge, it's intriguing, it's
It's a
really,
higher level of thinking,
yeah, it's
which
really,
I adore.
yeah, it's really getting you to go, God damn it, what's up with this character? Because you're trying to catch up with this character too. It's like, God damn it, this is awesome. Ooh, they thought about that. That's great. That's a good, oh yeah, I like that move. Like
I don't
that,
see movies like that, but you could be a very good director, I think.
yeah,
It's true.
let's get a,
You should write a story about a dinosaur and a dude.
okay, I'm on it. I'll, I don't know if that'll be the title, but it's a working title. It's Dinosaur the Dude, the book. Okay, so here we are. You have now started watching Mr. Robot.
Yes.
How, so can you recall how it was the first episode? You know, you don't, you can get into however much detail you want, but can you recall like the how you were about
So
it with the first
here's what I need to
episode to
do.
how you are now with however many episodes you're into it, how you are now? Because I think that's a
Well,
big thing for me. I'll start with an episode like, all right, you better knock my socks and my
well, you gotta turn up the heat, y'all.
like,
Come on.
yeah, yeah, like,
I've got an attention span of a raisin. Okay,
on
so
now.
hurry.
Come on, I've heard some shit about you. Come on now, because now you gotta convince me. And then, you know, 2, 3 episodes later, I'm either in or out.
It's a journey for me.
I'm
This
either not
particular
watching
program.
it anymore or I'm watching it. Like I'm all in.
Yeah,
So how
I
was it
can
for
see
you?
that.
How has it now was it? How has it been for you?
It has been a wild fucking ride.
Like from the start, like
And
when you first started it.
yes, from the start, I thought, okay, it was a little more bit more toned down,
Mhm, mhm.
but it was still at a level where I knew I had to pay attention.
You're right.
Like they didn't say, "Hey, bitches, y'all better pay the fuck
Right.
attention." They didn't give us that courtesy, but it was continually implied.
Yeah.
So, um,
You knew some shit was in the works.
yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm trying to get to the episode summary just because I want to just.
Oh, you're looking on your screen now?
Oh yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah, yeah, to give you some guidance on what it was all about. I think for me, it was while you do that, I'll fill her.
Yes, please, Jesus,
I
because
think
I'm
for
having a hard
me, it
time.
was
I'm
like
stoned now.
it was
It's taken effect.
like for me, it was like a thing where the series is still ongoing. It's kind of like how I got into Game of Thrones. The series
Wait,
was
wait, it's still ongoing?
no, 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 no. No, I'm saying when I started watching it,
Oh, fucking hell.
it's kind of
I
like
was like,
me
"Are
when I
you
got,
kidding me?" I don't
yeah,
I
it's
was
kind of
having
like
a heart attack.
it's kind of like me when I got into Game of Thrones. The series had already started, and I forget which season it was on. And so I was like, okay, fuck, okay, I've heard about Mr. Robot enough. Let me see if it's worth the fucking hype. And so I, you know, went to season one, episode one, and you know, went from there. And I, it was a bit of a thing where I was like caught up. I was I was really kind of trying to balance it all out. And I think maybe because I was also watching, I think I was watching Breaking Bad at the same time. I'm not sure. I can't recall exactly time wise, but I was caught up in the whole, all right, the character, Elliot, okay, I mean, okay, cool. He doesn't have a lot of shit. He's very minimalist in a way. And he's got this whole vigilante
So are you
thing.
talking about it you're talking about, Malik, right?
Yeah,
But Rami?
yeah, yeah.
Is
It,
it Rami?
yeah, Rami Malek. Um,
Okay, yes.
And his character Elliot, he's got this whole vigilante thing, and he's super technical with it, and super like, yo, this guy, and he is just very, very Spartan with technology. Like
Oh, for sure.
soon as shit goes off the rails and wrong, he's fucking nail gunning hard drives and shit, and he's wiped clean. He's like,
I've done that before, and I kind of feel like a beast for it.
no one's, connecting with this guy or anything. But then he's got a drug problem, and you're just like, okay.
And then
But then you're like,
he's got a mental problem.
and it's like, so what am I watching? Am I watching just like, am I watching a guy that used to be super on top of his game tech wise, and he just succumbed to drugs, and that was his downfall, and we're just seeing his life in the continual spiral that it's in, or what the fuck. And I think that's the thing that people do when they've watched the first episode of something. They have to sort of like, they have to really kind of grab at the clues of what's going on, especially if the show starts off in a life that's already going. You're falling into the story. You're trying to piece it all together. And I think that was what it was for Mr. Robot. You're like, okay, Ellie's already got his life going on. We're just now starting to be able to be the fly on the wall watching it. And then more shit happens.
So here we go. I've got it up
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
Okay, so never mind. So why is this being a twat now? Are you fucking kidding me?
Because you brought it up.
Yeah,
But
son of a bitch.
you had mentioned it in regards to like, you realize that he's highly highly in tune,
I figured it out.
highly in
I'm
tune
fixing to
with
blow your
tech.
mind out.
Yeah, highly in tune with tech, has a drug problem, but then also has a mental health issue, and he's already coming with at least 3 layers in complexity.
Okay. Well, speaking of complex,
Yeah.
this is how I think that we should discuss it.
Okay.
I have for Mr. Robot plot keywords.
I mean,
So tags.
yeah. I mean, we've already
And
started
let's just
discussing it, but you go ahead.
Oh, have you already been on this fucking are you
No,
here
I'm saying
already?
we've been discussing
Did
it.
I just fucking get here? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Where was I?
Technically,
Shit.
you were so involved in getting the plot thing, so you can give your keywords, so you can talk about what you saw.
Right. So I'm just going to go over their keywords,
Yeah,
and hopefully
you do
it'll
your
jog my
thing.
memory, and then we can discuss
Yeah,
about it. So
use those as your own
it talks
note
about
cards.
yeah, exactly. This is Cliff Notes. Social anxiety disorder. He doesn't like to be around a lot of people. He doesn't like to be outside, especially during the day. Whenever he is outside, he's always has his hood up. He's just that kind of makes him look a little shady, but he's really just fucked up. Like he's got a problem.
Yeah.
He's a hacker, and he is an introvert. Obviously, he doesn't let a lot of people into his life, and it's probably a good thing because he's like very much into anarchy and conspiracy, and but he also has a vendetta to settle for some reason. He's got this this like, I'm going to go conquer the world. I'm going to change the world. I'm going to revolutionize the world.
Yeah.
So there's that layer as well. But, he's not, I wouldn't say that he's not for the government, because I think that that's kind of a stretch, but I think that he just wants the world to be a better place. And in his mind, that's where he's trying to take it.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, but it ties into the technical details of the show.
Yeah.
Tie into what we're going through today in our society.
Yeah.
And this was 10 years ago.
Yeah, I think Mr. Robot really makes you, when you look at it, you're really thinking, God damn it, I don't want any of this shit around me. Like it was interesting to me because that was one of the few shows that I watched that would start sprinkling in its own paranoia on you. I started I started realizing that I am reacting to some paranoia that was sprinkled on me from watching this. Like, okay, how much of my phone is being tracked? Do I need to turn my GPS off? God damn it. Okay. Did I? Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe I don't need to have my auto pay on. Yeah, that's kind of fucked. Okay, now that I think about it, oh shit, I'm talking aloud to myself. It's like you start just
Right.
look, and what was interesting, what is was interesting about that character, Elliot. It was a lot going on where, like what we were talking about earlier, and no big reveal. It's kind of implied even in the episodes that you've watched, but there's been some trauma in his life,
Hmm.
and he's had you, he has a multitude of coping mechanisms or means of which he's survived through this trauma that he just it's incorporated in his entire life. His social anxiety, the way he wears his clothes, the color, the fit of those clothes, how he has a hoodie to shield himself that way, and then how he just fucking pours and lives in technology. And
Hmm.
he is just the most just the persona in technology is so opposite of what he is in reality because that's the world he poured himself into. Like to
Right.
get that was his thing of getting away from everything, and then for him to try to cope with everything outside of technology, he has to use drugs in order to okay, let me deal with my anxieties, let me deal with this. Um, by way of the medication that I take because when he's dealing with tech, he doesn't really have that as much. It's just he's so fluid, so fast, so quick, so decisive.
Because it's functional.
Yeah, yeah,
It's functional.
yeah. It makes sense. It's so there's no layers of emotion or ambiguity and nuances that you have to deal with human interaction. Technology is technology. It is ones and zeros. It is either this or that, and it's means of which it can be beautiful, where you can,
Which they address.
yeah, it could be beautiful where you can create all these different things and massage it the way you want, but it's pretty, it's pretty black and white in what you're dealing with.
Right. It's it's been a lot
Yeah.
because I mean from I mean in the text that I send you, they say so much without hardly saying anything at all.
Oh yeah.
Um, like I'm just like, oh my God, the
Oh no.
sister,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something like
yeah.
that,
It's like as
and
soon as you
and
said that, I knew where you were.
uh,
I knew where you were
and
as
then
soon
you
as you,
said something about the rose.
yeah, White Rose. God damn it.
Yeah, white rice. And I really don't understand what you're talking about there,
Yeah.
so I think that maybe you're ahead of me just a little bit, but,
No, I'm throwing out I threw out a character that you won't see until much later. But
now I did see once. I saw her once.
a BD one, okay, White Rose.
Yeah.
I it is a I don't even know how to articulate it. Okay, so backing up, when you talk
Just try because I can't.
right, right,
I've thought
right.
about it.
When you said, "Oh my God, is his sister?" I knew exactly where you were. They were they
Mhm.
were outside. They
Mhm.
were at the amusement park and on the
They were on
bench
a bench.
on the bench during the day and everything. It's like that was when you realized in the show, in the character, in the story, how I don't know. It starts with a D. I want to say detached and I want to say delusional. Elliot is, but I don't want to say that because I've seen the series, so I know how it all evolves.
So where I'm at right now,
Yeah,
I think that if we were looking at mental health issues specifically,
Mhm.
I would say that he's probably schizophrenic.
Mhm. Yeah.
But, it's of course, there's so much trauma involved that
Right.
of course he is,
Right.
you know?
You're like, is he truly schizophrenic, or is he schizophrenic by way of X? And like whatever
Right,
X being whatever trauma he's, and maybe not even schizophrenic, but have like schizophrenic tendencies or things that would be,
right.
yeah, yeah, I think,
Well, it's all a special recipe anyway, right?
right.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
all of
yeah.
our mental health, it's just it can
Absolutely.
be whatever it wants to be,
It's really
and it
not a
can
cookie
change
cutter.
whenever it wants.
Yeah, it's really not
Right.
cookie cutter. I think it was interesting is just that scene right there kind of tells you. I think the oh my god portion of that scene is how that comes to being the reaction is because that's and that was my reaction too. It it lets you know how much more off you are from
Mhm.
his mental health issue. Like you
Well, and him being off within that moment,
yeah,
he
yeah,
thought one
'cause,
thing and what the fuck, you know?
yeah, because he's even
So,
trying to catch
it
up
was
with
like both
himself.
of us were getting fucked at the same time, you know?
Exactly, exactly. That's the thing. It was like you realize something that you like, oh, okay, just when you think you're about you okay, well, he's got this, he's
You're
got
figuring it
yeah,
out.
he's got some anxiety, he's got this, and then she drops that, and you're like, and then you're
Oh
like,
god.
what? And then you look at the screen and you see him doing the same thing you're doing.
Right, right,
Then that makes
right.
it even more kind of like,
And then I'm just like, "Oh, fuck it, I'm crazy. I don't
yes,
know what to tell you.
exactly, exactly.
I don't know what to tell you."
Right. That's what I'm like. Wait, okay, hold up. He's confused about it just as I am. Wait, is she? Then this is how I reacted. I was like, wait, is okay, so she's got mental
Oh, for
issues.
real, for real?
She's got mental issues too. Okay, right. So
Well, of course she does.
she sees him as a brother, but they're not. But they're like, no, you're my brother. Stop. That's what she
Oh,
meant. That's what she
yikes.
meant. Surely that's what she meant. Because
That's kinky.
he's like catching up with himself again. And then because she even says, if I remember correctly, she's like, "You're doing it again," and
Mhm.
he's like,
He's like, "What?"
"Yeah," he's like, "Doing what? I'm doing what? You're doing." And then so now I'm digesting. It's like, wait, this has happened before. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, this is an episode. That's true.
It's like, what the fuck is that? What? Hold on, what's going on? This has happened before. Yeah, I
How many times and when and what
exactly.
what what happened?
Yes, and that's when I had to get up and go well, I don't drink out.
Go get another Canada Dry?
Yeah, I had to get up and go let me walk this off and just process what the fuck I just saw. Yeah, it's a I think it's a very interesting reaction because it's a certain reaction that can only happen in that moment. If you watch it
Yeah,
again, you won't have that same reaction. I love those
right.
moments where you have a very, very genuine reaction. I think that only comes from really good writing and really good storytelling.
Oh, that's true. It's a, intimate cinematic moment,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Because you also have this feeling like, okay, okay, they're calming down. They're having a moment where they're starting to relate with each other, and clearly this this relationship between the two has its ups and downs. Okay, they're realizing that about themselves, and
Well, they're all socially fucking awkward, so, I
yes,
mean, the whole lot of them, you
yes,
know?
the whole lot of them, absolutely. And then you
So, of
realize,
course, you're gonna be awkward.
she's like, oh my god, this is happening again. Oh my god. He's like, what is happening again? No, it's a, oh, I'm your sister. What? No.
Yeah.
Oh, what was I rooting for this whole time? You
Son of a bitch.
it makes you question yourself. It's like,
I
oh,
would be like, cut.
yeah,
Okay,
right.
this is a fucking joke. Cut.
Hold on. Is there a camera in here? 'Cause you all were
Yeah,
making a
this is
show out of me.
bullshit.
You all making a
This is the
show out of me.
Truman Show.
Yeah. I uh
I'm really excited to see where it's going, though.
yeah,
I got to be honest with
yeah.
you. I really am super excited to see where it's going.
That's where I was. I was just like, I have to again, like I said, it wasn't like I was forcing myself to watch it. I have to watch it because I'm like, okay, what's next? Okay,
Okay,
what's
so
next? I gotta sleep. But still,
I
what's next?
know, right?
Okay,
I
okay,
know.
no,
And
it's
I'm
time.
trying to get Laura involved too,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
I'm trying to get her involved too, but she's hesitating pretty bad.
She's
And
like,
she
one of
likes
us has to pull the other one out of the pool. We both
listen,
can't be
she has
drowning.
her own vices. She really is an old man. She really is an old man.
Oh
I
my
promise you.
god. It's like we
She
both can't
really
be
is, and
drowning.
I just fucking adore her. But yeah,
I think it
she likes her rifleman and
oh, shit.
yeah, no,
Jesus.
dead serious.
Oh,
She's an 80-year-old white man. I'm
fucking
sure of it.
hell. Jesus Christ. Um,
So, but I'm trying to get her onto it, and I think I found an in.
hmm,
Okay, and this is how I did it.
okay.
And I'm going to talk to her whenever she goes,
Yeah, yeah.
whenever tonight after the pod. And so, okay, we love the Gilmore Girls. She loves the Gilmore Girls.
Uh-huh.
It's wholesome.
Uh-huh.
It's wholesome. Of
Uh-huh.
course it is. So, um, he was actually uh, Rami
Mhm.
was actually in the Gilmore Girls.
Mhm.
Did you know that?
No, I did not. It seems like it
Okay.
was in a back memory thing, but I don't yeah, I never watched that show because again, like I I'm just not into wholesome shows. Surprise!
Well, she very much is, and that's one of the things that I love about her,
Yeah,
because she is such a pure soul.
yeah.
She really is.
I don't have a pure soul.
Um, I think I have pure intent.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
wish
yeah, yeah,
malice
yeah.
on
I
people,
love the
but I think that I'm a
postcard.
little deviant, little feral bitch.
Yeah, I
That's
love the
what I
postcards
think.
from the Pure Soul, but I don't know. I don't want to visit the Pure Soul. I love the postcards though. It looks like a great place.
It looks like a cult.
Yeah, right.
Right.
It looks like
Um,
Midsummer. But yeah,
so,
I think it'd be great if the two of you watched it
I really want her to watch
because then
it,
you'd have
so I'm gonna
someone
tell her
to what the fuck up, to what the fuck with and stare at.
right, and I think that once because she wants to tie it to something that she knows.
Mm,
That's
mhm,
comfort for
mhm.
her.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I can show her the episode that he's on. He's only got 3 fucking lines in this episode. He did 1 episode, 3 fucking lines, and
Jesus,
I believe that he even paid. Yeah, he had to pay to be on that show.
count the lines.
So, what I'm saying is he had to pay to be on that
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
And look at him now. Look what he's capable of.
Jesus
Because
Christ.
as much as Ishmael is a fucking genius of a writer, this kid pulled it
I think
off.
that yeah, I think it's one of those things though. I think it's a very delicate thing, and fortunately they were able to do it because you could have a very amazing writer, creator. You could have all those other ingredients, but if you don't have someone that can really portray the character the way it's supposed to be, it's fucked.
You intended it.
It's fucked. It's
Right.
like, oh my God,
I,
I'm trying to really make this work, but you're
I
not.
bet their relationship
Yeah, it has to be a really,
throughout this
yeah.
was on
I mean,
fire. I bet you that it was like mass and
I
fuego.
think that chemistry has to be with with the cast members and the creators and the writers.
But
It has to be.
sometimes you can tell
Yeah,
that that's there. And
yeah,
with this dude is this cast is so on point. I mean, are you fucking kidding me?
yeah. It's
Good for this dude because he paid to have the opportunity to get noticed on a show that he had a feeling about, and he was right. And is what kickstarted
I
him.
mean, I think that I think that scene. was the one where I had no fucking doubt that I was gonna finish whatever the fuck, however many goddamn episodes it is. I'm gonna watch every one of these fuckers. I'm gonna pause because I'm gonna pause it because I if I don't pause it, I'm gonna piss in my pants because I don't want to leave it. It was to that level when that started happening.
You're like, I can hear an elder screaming. Ah, fuck it.
Well, because I was watching. I think it was the level of vigilantism that that
Yes.
he was just like, I'm doing this all. This is not a matter of like law enforcement. I'm doing it for some. It wasn't any of those campy little tropes where the tech guy that works for the the police guy or the former police guy that's now a PI and is trying to. No, it was just this dude like, and here's this guy. He's into child porn, and I am going to
Right.
wreck his fucking life. And you're just sitting there going, wreck that shit, motherfucker.
Yeah, do
Wreck that
it.
shit. Yes. Oh yeah.
Here's some lotion.
Lull him into the coffee shop. It's like, hey, yeah, here's
Oh my
you.
God, that fucked my mind up.
Here's your
That
file.
was so
Here's
beautiful.
the file I have on you and all. Yep, that's you, all your shit. Yep, that's your phone calls and that's all the downloads you've
Yeah,
done.
don't say it's not, because we both know it is.
A-
So we're past that.
And at the same time, I'm rooting for that. And at the same time, I'm
I'm
wait,
like cringy.
wait, you got all that? You got all you got all the downloads? Like I'm looking at my own computer. Clear history, clear history. I don't know if this show is back ending my own fucking computer. Clear history off of that. Clear my phone.
You're naked with a tinfoil hat
Like
on, screaming, "Mayday!
like every
Mayday!"
like everything is incognito, fuck it, duck, duck, go, everything. Fuck that. This dude is out there. Like he became real. This dude is out there.
Right, right, right,
Elliot is out there.
right.
Yeah, I, I feel like
It's a whole bunch of different
I feel
everythings.
like it's not a big reveal to say to you that if in the shows you've watched, and I forget how many seasons it was, maybe it's three or
I think I'm on episode 9.
well, I'm saying how many seasons. I think it was
I think 3.
three. Yeah. So if this is what it is right now, um, you have you have no worries about the the mental state ratcheting up.
Sure.
I
And whatever that fun fucking
yeah, I don't think it's
cocktail looks like.
I don't think it's a spoiler to let you know that it
But it's so necessary, right? I
one
mean, it's so
one is
necessary to get it
yeah,
out.
one is necessary because it gives a reflection to the character. Like like I said, we're jumping in on his life at season 1, episode 1. His life is already
Right.
going along. He's already a well-established vigilante, and he's got his means of getting all the goods on people. So this isn't his first person he's gone after.
Rodeo.
Right.
Right.
So we're the new fly on the wall seeing his life. Right.
Right.
So he's already been dealing with his mental issues and the drugs that he hates to take, but he feels like he needs to when he's really about to get bad. So big
Yeah.
it's not a
God,
big spoiler reveal to say to you it's going to get worse. And
sure.
and and to the point that if you are at a scene where you realize that what you've been seeing has been his perception of the shit and and that oh that's his sister and you're now having to digest okay what the fuck have I been watching that now I realize with the main character realizing that yeah she's his sister okay fuck
Well, they weren't fucking or
well
anything.
yeah but
I mean, he has feelings for her.
right you have to think though in his head there may have been some sort of hopes or insinuations or
Sure,
something to
sure.
the extent.
Well, of course, because he didn't know. I mean, he didn't know until he knew. Hey guys, it's the dinosaur. I wanted to share with you a collaboration that we have with HEADSPACE. It's a service that we can all use. I am confident in saying that 100%. Things are so stressful in today's world with home stress, work stress, just general life stress. It's exhausting, and we need as much help as we can get. Headspace has our back with tools to help us. It helps me fall asleep. It helps my wife with meditation. We can find exercises to help us relax in through meditation, or they even have some that are physical exercises that you can do. They have inspiring stories, which are awesome because everybody could use an uplift, and they also help us focus. You can go to our website, TheDinosaur&TheDude.com, and click on links and sponsors. From there, you can unlock everything that the app has to offer for 7 days. That's for free. You get it for free for 7 days. Show yourself some love and treat your head right with Headspace.
But like we were saying, it's a it's a very it's a very multi-level experience, and that's pretty much the type of thing that I enjoy. I enjoyed it. I want to say I enjoyed it differently than say like um, Breaking Bad, which is a whole nother
That
experience.
was a great show.
It's a whole nother experience level, writing level. I say in their own ways, they're phenomenal in their own ways. Um, I'm not gonna, get into the who's better between Gilligan and Ismail. I don't think that's the point. The point is, if you have a story, can you deliver it in your own way that's compelling enough to retain the attention and challenge the audience in their means of thinking and how they see things, people, and ways that people are doing things. Um, I think Game of Thrones is a whole different beast. Uh,
I can't do Game of Thrones. I want to, I just
yeah,
can't.
I think and that's why I
When
said
mystical shit starts flitting around, I
when
can't. I
what
just can't.
when what?
Like the mystical, like the dragons
Oh
and
yeah,
whatever. I'm
yeah,
like, come. I mean,
uh,
you had me, but I can't. I'm like,
yeah.
I don't
I think
know.
that's why I said it's its own beast because it's like
Literally,
you either are into. I think it's its own beast solely because it's a genre. It and all the argument can be
fantasy. But I didn't know that it
yeah,
was going to be fantasy.
yeah, the
They fucked
argument can
me
be
up.
made. Oh well, every artistic medium is a genre, but yeah, to exactly what you said, it's fantasy, and immediately with some people, as soon as they hear the word fantasy, they're probably out just on that alone. So
Hmm.
that's what I mean by it's its own. To me, it's its own beast. The writing style is different, solely based on that. I think that Mr. Robot's ability to be very, very gritty and very high tech, but then also having this fuck all attitude of that vigilante anarchist kind of vibe. That's just that middle layer of the lasagna that you're eating. It's just so much going on with it. I think that's what made it so much more engaging for me. Just the fuckery that goes on and the swagger that also has. It's like there's a swagger, there's a level of swagger in it, and the swagger is there because it's gotta be there to hide the vulnerability.
Okay,
I think that I mean
you're
I
you're
think
almost losing me there, but
I
I'm
I
trying to
think that
understand it.
well because I think that Elliot has a level of vulnerability, like and that might be
Yeah, I
And
can
that
see it.
and that might be a byproduct of his trauma,
Mhm.
just like the wanting to get back at like that. I think it's kind of telling of the type of people that he's wanting to get back at. That his vigilantism
Mhm.
is focused on that, and that's
Well,
kind
I
of
mean, it's very personal to him.
right. And that's what I'm saying. It's kind of telling, I think, towards that trauma. And so there's a there's a level of swagger that comes with that. Like, I'm gonna fucking get back at whatever was hurting him or what. And so
Mhm.
that right there is the vulnerability has brought up this swagger, this vigilante that is really honed in on a craft that, god man, once he's got you, it's never mind, you're fucked.
Right.
Like, and
Well,
there's no paying him off. There's no, he's not
oh,
even,
yeah, right.
is it?
Right, don't even talk to him about it. I mean, it's a
Yeah,
moot point.
yeah, it's no,
Like, you're
he's
so
not.
screwed.
Yeah, he's not working for anybody to do this. He's doing it only for his own, just his own gratification of bringing someone down like that. And
I bet,
that,
like, that happened, though, at that time
yeah.
when tech was starting to get people were starting to be, like, engineers and stuff
Mhm,
for tech. I'm
mhm.
sure that did happen a lot. I mean, because you have that power, and it is about it's a power thing.
Yeah, I think what makes it very interesting is because a lot of these people go through levels. No one's doing it with their pants down, so to speak, in a tech level.
Fair.
They're doing back end this, they're doing VPNs, they're doing a lot of different ways of layering their access so that you can't trace it back to them so easily. And what makes it so scary for a character like that, for someone like Elliot to show up is that he just seemingly swam through all of what you thought was protecting your identity, and you just meets up with you and say, here's a big file full of all your shit. I just got that, and I got that on a hard drive, and I got that. If you think of doing anything to me, that is going to automatically upload to the authorities. And you're like, what? I
Mhm.
I thought, and like, I thought I was completely anonymous, and here's this person sitting across from me saying, uh not even in the slightest, at least not to me. I see through everything. And that's the
Right.
scary shit.
Yeah.
That's the real scary shit. And it gets
It is, especially if you're doing nefarious things.
scarier. Like
Oh,
the later episodes gets scarier. You don't
right. I'm
even.
gonna become even more paranoid than I already
Yeah,
am. Awesome.
that's what I was telling. That's what I'm saying. It's like I got to the point where I was realizing that this show was sprinkling paranoia. I was, getting things where I was starting to look at cameras like, okay, so that's a camera.
I feel like that's a healthy paranoia, though. Truly.
Yeah, I mean, it can be,
These days.
but when you lump it into the everything, like when you're in the grocery store, are they really tracking you? But if you watch Mr. Robot,
Here's the thing,
oh
maybe.
yeah,
Fucking and guess what? I don't fucking care. I
right,
just don't what is it why would they need to talk to me? What?
right.
You
But
know?
I'm just saying that it's like you don't care, but after watching Mr. Robot, you start going, hmm, but what if somebody's on the back end of the grocery store camera looping it so they can use it so they can rob the store, and then they was like this, like you're making your own, like you got the shovel out.
That's fun.
You've got the shovel out, you've successfully made your own rabbit hole, and you just jump right in. That's what you're doing everywhere you
And
go.
it was naturally juicy, so just go on.
Everywhere you go, it is a grocery store. No, you walk into the grocery store with a shovel, you dig a rabbit hole, and you jump in. Because that cashier right there is planning a heist, and they're looping the camera. They're recording the camera video
Right, right.
so they can loop it later. So the real security hard drive only has this, and I'm in it. So now I'm a suspect. It's like
Right.
no, but it's a great. I'm
It's a
really looking
fucking
forward.
good show.
I'm really looking forward to your commentary and your reactions on the
Okay.
next on the later episodes, because it just gets super fucking dark. It gets
Yeah, I'm here for
it
it.
gets so fucking dark, and then as you watch it, you like for me, it was after the fact. Like I'm watching Leave the World Behind, and I'm like, hey, wait a minute, wait, no, no, that
On what?
hmm.
On what?
Like watching like I'm watching Leave the World
Oh,
Behind.
Leave the World Behind. Okay, right.
And I'm watching it after the fact, after I've watched, Mr. Robot. I'm like,
And now you're watching. Okay, right.
and so
So
now,
whenever I watch it the
yes,
second time, I'm gonna pick up on different things. It's like Pulp
yes,
Fiction.
yes. And so now you're watching Mr. Robot after watching Leave the World Behind.
Hmm.
And it's like you're getting the ramp up of things that eventually
Yeah,
evolve into some of the other things that you saw in the movie.
it's gonna be mental heroin.
Yes, it's yeah,
That's what it's gonna be. That's fine.
yeah,
It,
yeah.
it's fine.
It's gonna be it's gonna be mental heroin. It's really not gonna affect the rest of my body. It's not like it's not like that janky
Right.
heroin that's out now. This mental
I'm
heroin.
not saying that heroin is good. I am not
Yeah,
at all
yeah.
saying that heroin is good
No, you're not saying it's
at all.
good. It's just half-assed compared to this mental heroin. This mental heroin, you can watch it wherever you are, and it's gonna fuck you up, and you're gonna have to deal with the rest of your day without all the track marks. No side effects.
Hmm.
No no visible side effects like track
Yeah.
marks.
I mean,
No.
granted, the weight doesn't stay off, but
Yeah, right.
what do you do?
Right. The mental heroin, you don't lose your teeth. Yeah. It's got all,
Right.
it's got all the
But I'm built
perks.
like a Viking.
Yeah, it's got all the perks, but none of the downsides.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, god damn it, we kind of filled up the whole episode just on Mr. Robot.
I mean, look at me getting chatty.
It's
Who
not
knew?
bad. That's not a bad thing. I mean,
I know.
it's very seldom we have episodes where we have a kind of a single main topic. So it's cool to have done it again.
Something different.
I think we're going to do it again later when you get deeper into the episodes and you're like, yo, we need to talk about Mr. Robot again
So
further on
here's the
in.
thing. I'm gonna get deep into the first viewing. And then I'm gonna start that bitch over.
Oh, really? You think you're going to watch Mr.
I'm
Robot
gonna watch it again. I'm gonna watch all 3 seasons and then
again?
I'm gonna start it over
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. To see what the fuck you glossed over.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that
And it may go in the standard rotation. Do you have shows or movies that are in the standard
yeah.
rotation for you?
Yeah. I was just going to say that. I've done that with a few where I'm just like, okay, like I think the first one. Okay, so I used to do that a lot with The Godfather and
Oh, okay.
the Godfather series. A lot of people shit on Godfather 3. I don't. It's like it's an evolution. I was always very, very, very fascinated with The Godfather for the fact that outside of the story, the actors were so fucking dedicated to it that they just did all three. They did all three movies
Please
over
don't
and
tell me
over.
that I lost you again.
No, you're here.
Are
I
you
hear you.
there?
Yeah, I'm
Don't
here.
fuck with me. Come
I'm
on.
here.
Okay, fucking
I hear
hell.
you. You hear me?
You got really quiet for a long time,
You
and I
hear
don't know
me?
if that was okay. Yes.
Okay, cool.
You're breaking up. I don't understand why.
I don't understand why either. It's the only podcast in the world with the shittiest audio but the most amazing content.
It's my fault. I'm so sorry.
Um, so The Godfather was always that one thing because I was just amazed, not just the story, but the dedication of the actors. I mean, just for the fact that you're watching the first one and the baby getting baptized is, she's grown and she's playing a character in the third movie, and it's just amazing stuff. But I think the one movie that I watched, the one singular movie that I watched again afterwards, Fight Club, because I wanted to watch it.
Okay.
I wanted to watch it again, knowing what I knew of Tyler Durden after watching it the first time. I wanted to watch it again without watching Tyler Durden, because once you know about him being the the projected consciousness of the narrator, who was even more intriguing because Norton's character didn't have a name, because he was just himself. He didn't give himself a name, because why would he? And his projection of Tyler Durden had a name, because that was his his personification of his ego. So of course his ego is going to have a cooler name, a cooler persona, and he recognized it and whatnot. So it was like watching that again, knowing that Tyler wasn't there. Watch the narrator, and it's a whole different experience, because you're just looking at this guy breaking the fuck down. Series wise that I watched again, I'm watching Breaking Bad again right now. That's interesting. I
Okay.
watched that again. I'm watching that all over again. Uh, Very seldom do I do it with series though, unless they're really good. I did think about watching Mr. Robot again, but I wanted to get your take on it before I watched it again. I might end up just
So
watching it.
maybe whenever I do the review
Hmm.
of all 3 seasons,
Hmm.
we can do that together.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. All right, cool. Let's do it.
Oh,
Yeah, let's do it. But yeah, let's call this episode. I think it was great. I think it's jam packed full of shit, and we can do
yay.
the other topics next time around. Um, we could talk about,
Let's see.
we could talk about the show that I've started watching this already
Yeah, what
now.
is it?
It's called For All Mankind.
Okay. I'm not gonna remember that. I'm too
It's
invested in something else.
Yeah, it's called For All Mankind. It's a series that's already going on. Uh, I started watching it because I'm waiting for the next. I'm waiting for the next new season of Foundation to come out, and love that. That God damn it, that Foundation is amazing,
Okay.
amazing
Hereditary. Um, what's it called?
Foundation.
And
Found,
then what was the other one that we were talking
oh,
about?
For All Mankind. Hereditary is a movie that's gonna fuck you up. For All Mankind is an interesting take. Foundation is, God damn it, I don't even know how to explain that. It's
So what order should I watch that in?
Sorry for asking
Hereditary,
off. It's Isaac.
For All Mankind, and then Foundation?
Hereditary is a movie, so you should, yeah, you could knock that out. Um, since I've seen all of Foundation except for the new season that's coming out, I recommend that over For All Mankind, solely because I've just finished the first season of For All Mankind, and I don't know if I don't know how to. Okay, so if you're into Isaac Asimov, really,
I don't
really,
even know who these people are.
I know, but the level of which the social commentary of Foundation is very relevant to me. For All Mankind, just for context, it is based on an alternate um, timeline than what we are in. So it's based on a timeline of what if the Russians made it to the moon before the US,
Oh wow. Okay.
and how everything evolves from there. And so time people are shitting on it because they're like, oh well, this happened way but okay, fuck you all. It starts off different. It's an alternate timeline. The Russians made it to the moon before the U.S., and so that alone tells you everything after that is not like what you experience. And so the show is really, I like the thing that For All Mankind address. It addresses a lot more things than just NASA and space. It addresses how people view women, how people view LGBTQ, um, AI plus ampersand people. Um,
Hmm.
it different ethnicities. I mean, it was a lot of shit. It's like the history, the timeline is different, but the social issues aren't. So whereas like how people viewed other people of different ethnicities, or how people like, yeah, well, women can't go to space because
Right.
they can barely get into like it talks about how like it's still an issue for women to get into flight command. It's still, let alone be an astronaut. Oh, but now you want to have a whole crew of women astronauts? Oh, get the
Right.
fuck out of here. And so it still
It'll
addresses
get blown up.
it still addresses a lot of that shit. So it's like it's not like the Russians made it to the moon before U.S. and all this shit. Everything immediately becomes right as rain. No, it still addresses things, but things get tweaked. And so people that are president or who, you know, Reagan's president way before Reagan was president. It's like shit gets really interesting like that. But For All Mankind, really good because a lot of it is relatable. Foundation is just pure sci-fi set in the future, and it's fucking phenomenal. Hereditary is just gonna make you not sleep. You're gonna,
Awesome.
you're gonna, and you're not gonna want to hear that sound again. I'm not even going to tell you what that sound is, but once you hear the sound, you're like, oh, that's what the fuck he was talking about. God damn it. I already don't want to hear this shit. God damn it. Fuck. I got another hour and 45 minutes of this shit. Oh, god damn it. No. But anyway, enjoy. And I hope you all enjoyed as well this wonderful episode of The Dinosaur and the Dude. I hope we're even able to use this shit. I hope you're being recorded. Sometimes you don't get recorded. I don't know what to fucking say. And then I'm just talking about myself. I hope that's not the case. I hope that's not the case. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's not. That's me. I fucked it up. Um, so in any case, thanks everybody. But no, I was saying I fucked it up by saying that. Like I don't want you to think that that's happening. I don't know until we stop if it records you or not. In any case, everybody, thanks. Yeah, I really don't. I really don't. I have no way of knowing. So thanks everybody for listening. Really hope you enjoyed this episode, 12th episode, the leap day episode, not the leap year. Don't be me. The leap day episode. Uh, yeah, right. I mean, that's how it always is. Um, so in case you didn't know, she's the dinosaur, and I'm the fucking dude. And for all you boys, girls, lady boys, girl ladies, boy ladies, I mean, dudes, dudettes, gigolos, gigahos, motherfuckers, and fatherfuckers, love yourself because we love you. And if you're gonna love yourself hard with lotion or whatever moisturizing product you hmm, hmm. But you will smell like you just rammed a fucking almond joy to death. I know. I did kind of brutal. Yeah, yeah, I did kind of brutalize the almond joy there. Sorry about that. Sorry for everybody that's still hoarding Halloween candy. Okay, until next time, thanks everybody. And if you don't know, check us out, dinosaur&thedude.com for the merch and the listenings. And I love you too, lady. Check you later. I won't be good. All right, bye.